Good evening, everyone. Welcome to episode 18 of Paranormal Road Trip. Tonight, our special guests are the Lisas from BSR Paranormal Southern Indiana chapter. Everyone. Welcome to episode 18 oh, crap. Of Paranormal Road Trip. Tonight, our special guests are the Lisas from BSR Paranormal Southern Indiana chapter. Everyone. Welcome to episode 18 oh, crap. Of Paranormal Road Trip. Sorry about that. I forgot to mute myself. As I said, tonight we have the Lisas from the Southern chapter of BSR Paranormal. Why is this acting crazy? I have everything on mute. Anyway, sorry about that again. As I said, we have the Lisas tonight from BSR Paranormal, the Southern Indiana chapter. We will be discussing the new chapter, our plans for the future, our investigations this year, their experiences, and all sorts of exciting things coming up. We do have a membership drive on February 10th in Martinsville, just south of Indy. And one of the Lisas, Lisa Holcomb, I'm pretty sure if you're familiar with the show, you will know her from the Thornhaven episode we did with Barb Wyatt just after National Ghost Hunting Day. So here we go. Welcome, Lisa.
Hello.
Are you with me?
I am here.
We're trying to get the other Lisa on. Not sure where she's at.
Yeah, but I think she kind of is having some issues.
Huh?
I said, I think she's having some issues.
Yeah, she's having trouble getting on Google Hangouts. Well, we have two viewers tonight. I said, if you want to ask us questions, feel free to come hang out with us, and we'll do your best to answer the questions you have. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? As I said, you've been on here before with Barb discussing your fantastic experience at Thornhaven.
That was definitely memorable, and it's something I'll never forget. My name's Lisa Holcomb. I've been interested in the paranormal for my entire life. My first experience with it when I was about 7 years old, at my stepdad's house, and I had a friend. I'm an only child, so I had a friend that I played with, and this friend would return the ball to me and aggravate my mother by opening cabinet doors and things like that. So at that point, I knew that I was quote unquote special, or I thought I was at the time, that I could talk to somebody that nobody else could see, and have activity with them. So I've been at that was my first episode. That friend followed me for years, until I actually had kids. That friend pretty much stayed with me, and was at every house that we went to. It attached itself to me and followed me. So it was only that I got married and had my own child. It didn't follow me any longer. So not sure what happened, but, so that's what first got me introduced to it. From then my passion just has grown. I love the sense that I get when I know I love to be able to go in and be able to say, okay, I feel like there's a presence here, or there's a spirit here that wants to talk to you or communicate with you. I love doing that. It's just something that I like to do. I like helping people. Not so much like when they scare me, but it's all part of it. So.
This is true. You got to take the good with the bad when you do this.
Yeah. And they tend to like hair and butts a lot. So, which you're very, very, very acquainted with the butt deal. So we'll let you talk about that one.
My cuddle butt?
Yeah.
That's later. Yeah, that's about as cold as I feel tonight.
Yeah. But I don't know. I don't know what you want to know.
Well, we're just starting the new chapter, so
very excited. Starting
the new chapter. So We have a lot going on there. Lisa is actually in the chat. I'm not sure what's going on with her.
Oh no.
Let me hop over here. So you used to investigate with another team.
Evansville Paranormal. Evansville Paranormal Activity Group from Evansville, Indiana. I was with them for almost 6 years. Did I lose you?
No, I'm here. I was trying to figure out what in the world is going on. See?
I know, that's weird.
It comes in and out. I guess we're advertising for Menards tonight.
Apparently.
I guess so. Well, my aunt works there, so hey, go buy some paint from her or flowers this year. That way my kids can have great, fabulous Christmas presents next year. Yeah, there we go. She actually does save big money there, you know.
I bet. Oh, I bet so. I love Menards.
I do too.
That's the only place I go after Thanksgiving is Friday morning. I get up and get my butt out and head to Menards.
Do ya?
Mm-hmm.
When I worked at Kohl's, there was some folks wanting to come in the store that were waiting outside and got mad because the workers got to go in before them.
Oh, I bet.
They were like, why are they getting to go in before us? Because we work here. But Lisa's in the chat, so let me try to get a hold of her. I'm wondering if she's on a laptop or if she is. And see, I'm having issues keeping the chat open on this computer too. It's running really slow tonight.
So because it's so cold.
This is true. My mom's internet's been going in and out tonight as well. Yep. So when you were with the other team, I know you told me they're no longer in existence.
No.
Did you have any experiences that you would like to share with us?
Nothing compared to what I had at Thornhaven, but yes, of course. There's several investigations that we've went on that you've got. For instance, I'll go back to one that's not been very long ago, actually. There's a house down here. The guy's an anesthesiologist. He wanted us to come in because he felt, there was things going on. Cabinet doors were open when they would get up of a morning. Drawers would be pulled out. Lights would be turned on. Things like that. And he wanted us to come and find out who or what was there. And we did. And there was a little boy that was 7 that had drowned in the bathtub. And he was still in the house.
A little boy drowned in the bathtub?
He did. He drowned in the bathtub.
Wow.
And he was still in the house. And he liked to play. He wanted to play, and that's what he was doing. He was opening drawers and cabinet drawers and things like that because that was his way of playing with them. So they would kind of notice him, if that makes any sense. But
perfect.
Yeah, and there's been numerous. There's an old man that was at Willard Library. There's an old man in there that roams. They'll see him. You can actually, if you set a camera up in there for about 24 hours, you're going to get him. You're going to catch a glimpse of him at night. But he roams there. He actually hung himself. He was a janitor at Willard Library, and he hung himself in the library down here. And he's still in there. And he would move sections of books on them at night.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he would really mess with them a lot. They got it to where they wanted us to get him out, which we done what we could, and he did leave. But he would mess with them a lot. I mean, he would move big sections of books. I mean, just not little sections. I'm talking like encyclopedias. They would come in and the encyclopedias would not, they would be on a counter somewhere, all out of order, open. I mean, he messed with a lot down. He messed with them a lot. Good grief. There's been numerous, I mean, I could go on and on and on. Oh, was that you or me?
That was me. I need to turn my phone down.
Okay. Is that you or me? There's another one that we went to that was in New Harmony. We actually went to the cemetery in New Harmony and just set up just to see what we could get. And I would love to do that again because it's a very, very active place. There is so much out there that it's crazy. It is crazy. I mean, my spirit box was going nuts out there. And my obelisk was going crazy out there. I mean, it was crazy. Didn't have my camera at the time, and I wished we would have, because I would have definitely liked to have set up out there and just sat and listened to them all, because they just chattered, you know.
Now, is the lady in gray close to you is it the Willard Library?
Yeah, she's still at the Willard Library. She will not, I don't think she'll ever leave. She's still there.
Have you investigated there?
That's where the Willard Library is where the guy hung himself.
That's what I thought you said.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. Yep.
That's interesting. So they have him and they have her.
Yes. He's gone now, though. He's out. I don't know. We don't know where he went. And they don't know where he went. He just all of a sudden one day, unless he's back. I haven't talked to him in about a year and a half. But the last time I talked to him, he hadn't been messing with them anymore, but she's still there. I don't think she'll ever go anywhere. Too many people have tried to get her out. She's stationary. She's not going.
Do you know the history of her? Wasn't she a librarian there at one time?
She was, yes. She worked there for 22 years. Yes. She, and like I said, I think we can get back in there. You know, I know the director, and I know she would let us back in there. I would love to be able to go and when I was in there, we were more focused on him, and watching him, and not so much her, because there's been so many people in there mainly focused on her, and we were in there focused on him. His name was James. But she's still there. She's still highly active there. She, like I said, she won't go anywhere. There's been too many people trying to get her out. They want her out, but she ain't going anywhere. She's not going anywhere. That's her home, and that's where she's staying.
I tend to notice that a lot of librarians stick around when they pass.
Yep.
Especially older. Like older, early 1900s.
Yeah. And I think she was a librarian there in like 1927.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I think that was the year they said she was there. But
there's a library up here that I've investigated, and the librarian is still there.
That's odd. I mean, I understand it. You know, that's their home. The books are their life. I mean, they make it their life. They really do. But
right.
It's crazy the way, you know, to me, it's interesting if I can get the history on the house before, or wherever we're going. If I can dig up just a little bit of information, the more information about what I'm going into, the better I'm equipped to deal with what I'm going to walk into. So if you give me an address and say, dig up information on this, and let's see if there's any ghosts there or any paranormal activity going on, that's whenever I like to dig in and find out, okay, you know, who's lived in this place, who's been here, when was it built, you know, all of the information I can. That's why Thornhaven is so much fun, because there's so much history there. You know?
And they've dug up more history too.
Oh, they have.
Yeah.
Oh,
You'll have to ask Barb about it. She
okay.
shared it with me the other day.
Okay.
And it's about Catherine.
Oh, I will say, I know they think they found out what happened to her.
No, they haven't.
Okay.
But
I thought
it's
they
some
had
new it's
her.
some new history dug up on her.
Oh, okay. Well, that'll be interesting. I still think she had something to do with that house. I really do.
I think she was killed, and I think she's buried on that property
I do
somewhere.
too. I do too. I do too. I think she was killed and buried there as well.
I really do.
Which is sad that nobody knows that. You know, she's
Yep.
missing for so long. And I'm sure I don't know.
And that could be why she's so active, because she's not at rest.
Yeah, because nobody knows what happened to her.
All right.
She hasn't been able to move on.
It makes you wonder if she really knows what happened.
Well, whenever Barb was talking about her and about, her communicating with Barb, and then she's saying that her head hurts so bad, I wonder if she got hit on the head.
That's what I wondered too.
Stop, Billy. Gosh, this dog. Sorry.
He's like, I haven't seen you all day.
I know. Ugh, it drives me crazy. But the bad thing is I have 3 of them that drive me crazy.
I can't have animals. Oh my God. My landlord won't let me, but that's okay.
Oh my Lord.
So, can you tell us the scariest experience you've had so far investigating?
By far, Thornhaven Manor.
Okay. We will discuss that one later too.
By far. That was very, 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 very interesting. To the point that I still feel like some people are looking at me like I'm crazy when I tell them that story, because they have to think I'm making it up, but there's no way to make that up. No way. No way.
Wow, he's like, I'm so happy you're home.
Can you see? He drives me nuts. Yep.
He's a YouTube star himself. Look at him go. So I said, were you and Lisa are going to be helping with the Southern chapter?
Yes.
What are your expectations for the Southern chapter?
I would like to have a team of about 5 or 6. And I would like to be able to go into like Illinois and Kentucky, just because down here where I'm at, it's so convenient to be able to go into those areas as well. Being in the southern part of Indiana, of course. There's so many places that's down here that I haven't been to, that I've wanted to go to. There's a bridge down in New Harmony that they say a lot of people killed themselves off of. I would love to go there. Just to see if there's any activity there. They say there is. They say it's kind of like the Monkey Jack Bridge in Newcastle. I've
not heard about that one.
Oh, okay. Well, that's another one we could go to, the Monkey Jack Bridge. It's up there it's not far from Thornhaven. It's just on the opposite end of town, but it's nobody owns the property. It's just an old abandoned bridge now, but you used to be able to drive on it. And years ago, when you drive on it, you'd stop and park on the bridge. And you could hear screams. You could hear scratches on your car top. Back then we didn't have the equipment that we have now.
Right.
So I would love to go out there and see what if there's any activity out there. I haven't done that either. The good and bad things about being in EVP was we didn't travel a lot. We stayed primarily here. You know, I've been to Waverly, but we stayed primarily in the southern Indiana area. We didn't really go out of our little realm.
Mm-hmm.
But we did investigate a lot of homes down here. I don't know if it's because, you know, we have a lot of Indian burial grounds around. Like Angel Mounds is here, and that's a huge Indian burial ground. And there's a lot of activity there, lots of it. That was when I first saw my first Sasquatch.
So you have seen one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you want to tell us what he looked like? Or she looked like?
Very tall, very, very big, and very black. I couldn't see eyes, very fast moving. But you could definitely tell. I've seen him twice. I've seen one at Thornhaven. I know that's what that was. I know.
Behind me?
Yes.
I told you it was. I kept telling you guys there was Sasquatch there, didn't I?
Yep. Well, when I told you, I'm like, man, that's what he looked like.
Did you like my reaction? I was like,
yeah.
yeah.
I know. He's back like, there.
All right.
Oh, yeah. But he or she was, like I said, very fast moving, very, very tall, very big, but very black. You couldn't really make out a complete figure, but you could tell this person was, 12 feet, 13 feet tall. I mean, he was huge. It was the biggest thing I've ever seen in my life. And for it to be moving would scare the bejeebies out of somebody. Because he came flying towards us, my whole team, and we were like, holy smoke. Ducked, and then he was gone. But that's at Angel Mounds. He's there. They're definitely present there. I think there's 3 of them out there. From what we could tell and get a readings on, there was 3 of them. There's 3 of them out there.
Now, did you run into any dogmen out there at the mounds?
No.
Okay.
Nope. The only dogman I've ever ran into was the one that scared the bejeebies out of me.
That wasn't a dogman.
I mean, not dogman, but sleepwalker. I had to think about what he was.
Yeah.
Yeah. That I've never seen a dogman. I'd love to, never done it.
The Sasquatch I saw was almost as tall as the sign, the road signs.
Yes.
Like you'll be driving along, it'll be like up here, it's like Amish buggies crossing.
Yep.
He was almost to the top of that sign, so he was pretty tall. And I thought, why in the hell is that guy dressed all in like a burnt orangish red and wearing a cap?
Oh.
And it hit me. I was like, wait a minute, that wasn't a guy. And I realized what it was, and I stopped and looked in the cornfield, and I'm so glad I didn't get rear-ended.
Wow.
But mine was like a burnt orange color, a rust color.
He's black down here. I mean, the one that I seen was black, and the one that I seen at Thornhaven, he was black. But it was all at night, too, so he could have been a different color.
Yeah.
It was pitch black. But it's something when you see one,
you do a double take.
You do a triple, it's like, what the was that, but I don't know. But I've never seen a dogman. That's something I'm very interested in doing. Would love to. Can't wait to.
I know Lisa Grubbs is interested in doing that as well.
Yeah, I would love that. I mean, and people probably think I'm crazy that's listening to me, but once you get the passion for it, it just kind of like burns in your system. And it's like, okay, where can I go today? You know, where can I take my equipment and go today? If it wasn't so cold out, where could I go tonight? You know, it's just something you like to do. You know, I've had my equipment in my car before, stopped and went into a cemetery, and people probably thought I was nuts, but I've done it before.
My kids and I have too.
You know, just because I like to see who's there and if they're active, if they want to talk to me.
Yeah, the kids and I do that every now and then over the summer.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's part of the experience, and you never know what you're going to run into.
No, you don't, whether good or bad.
Whether good or bad. Yeah. Yeah.
Can be really creepy. And it can be a really good experience.
It can. It can be a really bad experience.
Yeah.
You know, just you gotta take with the good with the bad, but I mean, I brought them home. You know, I brought people home. And I know this is going to sound really crazy, but my husband passed in June of last year, and he's still in my house. I still can communicate with him. He still messes with my heat and my heating system and my TV. Like, he used to like to sleep with TV on. I didn't. In the middle of the night, my TV will pop on. You know, I liked warm house. He would always like a cold house. I'll get up in the middle of the night, and like my dog sitters will even attest. You know, I'll call them to check on my dogs, and I'll be like, "How's things going?" "Oh, good. Brent's just been messing with the heat." Like, oh, well, that's Brent. You know, that's what he does. So I know he's still here. Like, I could probably walk in my entryway right now, and my heat's probably down to 55 because I can almost bet. And I know people think I'm crazy when I say that, but I know he's here. I feel him. I can feel his presence, and that's what I like. I like to be able to talk and communicate with him.
And I'm sure he still is.
Oh, I guarantee you.
He was young when he passed, and
yeah, it's kind of comical. I mean, it really is, because I have two people that come and sit with my dogs when I go away on the weekends, because I go away a lot. And it's kind of comical, because I'll call them and I'll be like, "What's going on?" "Oh, Brent's just turned the TV on," or "Brent's just messed with the heat," or "turned the light off." And I'm like, "Well, that's Brent. You know he's there." We're like, "Yep," when we like it. So.
Well, I have a kind of strange story for you. I known this family since I was 7. He divorced his ex-wife, and the woman was going through a divorce herself. Their kids had been best friends growing up, and they eventually got married, and they've been married since, oh my God, I was like 8, so 30-some, 40-some years. 30-some years, I'm dating myself here. 20-some, 30-some years they've been married. And he passed away about a month ago.
Ugh.
And he had cancer, and he passed away. And a week ago this past Sunday, I was dreaming early in the morning, probably around 4:30 or 5. I was dreaming that it was sunny outside, and I opened the driver's side of the car up to the back seat, and he was sitting in there, and scared literally, like, I jumped back, and he laughed and sent his wife a message.
Oh, wow.
And and he was dressed the way he dressed. He looked so healthy, like when I first met him. It was the craziest thing. And it took me a week to tell his wife that I had dreamed about him. And people can think I'm crazy as well, but it was just the
I bet
oddest
she was
thing.
ecstatic, though, wasn't she?
Do what?
I said, I bet she was happy to hear that you dreamed about him, because that's him.
I told her, I said, he gave me a message, and I told her exactly what he was wearing, how he was dressed, the shirt he had on. And I told her, he said her name. He said, tell her I'll always be with her.
Oh my gosh, that gives me chills.
And I wasn't sure how she would react to it. And I told her that. I said, I don't know how you'll react to this or if you believe in the afterlife. And she's like, I'm so glad you told me that. She goes, because I can feel him still here with me.
Oh, that's awesome.
And she was so happy about it. She shared it on Facebook.
Aw.
And he was just such a good guy. And I always said, I wish my dad was like him.
Yeah.
But, he's a great guy. And I was just afraid that she would think I was crazy, or some of her family would be like, oh, she's full of it, whatever,
Or what's she wanting? She tried to get money from you, blah, blah.
Or is she on something,
Yeah.
But you know how people react.
Oh, I do. Believe me, I do.
You just said they look at you crazy. So It took me about a week and a half to tell her. A week to a week and a half to let her know. And she was ecstatic. And I was so glad that she accepted what I told her. And
awesome.
It just makes me wonder why in the world he came to me. So
because he knows you're open to it. A lot of people are not.
And I was just like, wow.
Yeah.
So
he knows you're open to it, and that's move KK. And that's the reason. I mean, you've got to have an open mind. It's like, for instance, when I first got interviewed by EVP, the first thing he asked me was, do you have an open mind to feel and believe in the afterlife? And I'm like, absolutely. I know it's for real. I know it's for real. And you've got to have that open mind. You've got to go in there hoping and praying that someone's there to talk to you or see you, or, that they see you and want to communicate with you, because otherwise you're going in there and you're for nothing. What have you done? Here.
So when I wanted to talk about the chapter a little bit. So, and I know I wish Lisa was on here too, and she's still having issues trying to get on. So when we go through interview questions, and there's a whole list of questions, what are you looking for in a member? What do you think would be a positive thing to bring to the table?
Attitude. They've got to have a good attitude. First and foremost, they've got to be open to new ideas and have a great attitude, because women tend to clash a little bit sometimes because we all want to be heard. So we've got to have respect for each other. And if you don't have experience, that's okay. I'll show you what I know. I can't by far say I know everything, because I surely don't, and I'm willing to learn anything and everything that somebody has to offer me as well.
Right.
Open to new ideas. They've got to have an open mind, and be willing to share their ideas and hear other people's ideas and give everybody a chance.
I agree. You don't have to have experience.
Yeah.
When we started, we didn't.
Nope. Absolutely not. Except the experience that you had when you were younger, if you've come to the table with that, like my little friend. But
I think you have to be open, willing to work and learn, and
Yep.
That's a big thing.
Ask questions. Give advice, but listen to direction. If we tell you something, we're not telling you that because we want to boss you around. We're telling you that because we've been there, done that, and have a t-shirt. So don't try it.
Well, several of the ladies that's interested in joining up here, they're like, will you train us? And I said, yeah, we'll train you. So they're very interested in learning. And I really like that. And a few of them I've actually investigated with.
Awesome.
And they did really well.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm excited. Like I said, I just want a team that obviously women tend to get along a lot better than men do, and I don't understand that. But like with my team down here, there was one guy and 5 women. But he was our lead, and we couldn't, I want a team that if they have a suggestion, hey, let's go investigate, somewhere that we've never been, and they know, all about it, and they want to go investigate it. I want to be able to say, okay, let's go do that, and not be held back by, oh, that's too far to drive, or
and me, I mean, wherever.
Yeah, and I don't want to be held back by my team members anymore. I want to be able to go and investigate, whether it be in Michigan or whether it be, I don't care. Whether it be New Orleans, I'll go to New Orleans and investigate for sure. But wherever, I want to be able to do that. And my other team kind of held us back. We weren't able to do that. He kind of just, like I said, it was his. We had to follow under him, and we didn't get to venture out. And I want to venture out more.
Oh, where I've got everywhere on earth.
I know.
We're going to Michigan. We're going to Ohio, West Virginia, Indiana.
Yeah.
We're in like the tri-state area.
Yes, we are. And that's where I want to be.
And I've started planning for 2020 already as well.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be exciting. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking for the new adventures. I'm looking for growing friendships and learning more. I mean, like I said, this will be the year that I would love to see a dogman. I would love to see a dogman.
You might get your chance in October.
That's what I'm hoping.
Because we're going to go investigate with the original team, the original NADP members in October.
I'm hoping I can see one. That's
Lord.
My goal.
Just make sure you pee before you see it.
Oh, well, had I not peed at Thornhaven, I probably would have peed all over myself because it was, yeah. And I probably won't go outside by myself anymore there to go potty. I will take somebody with me.
So you're saying you'll use my pool noodle bucket is what you're saying?
I will definitely not go down not go by the barn anymore by myself. Nope, that ain't gonna happen. I'm just not gonna go to the south side of the house. That's just all there is to it.
I'm with you there.
No, I'll go back over there. I want to set all my cameras up, and I want to catch it. I want to catch it on film. I really do. Because I still tell people about it, and they're like, "No, you didn't." And I'm like, "Oh, but I did." And it wasn't just me.
So we do have some people that are interested in joining. One lady is coming in from Kentucky to be interviewed. There's several people I sent applications out to.
Okay.
So we should have a good turnout.
What part of Kentucky?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I just know she's from Kentucky. She seems really nice.
Okay.
So.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for the new chapter. I'm excited to be a part of it, and to lead a team down here. I'm super excited about it.
I'm talking to Lisa. She's still having issues.
I wonder what's going on with her. Did she download it on her phone?
Yeah. She said it's keeps kicking her off and it won't let her accept the call.
That's odd.
Sorry, I'm typing.
Oh, you're fine.
But I tend to have issues with Google Hangouts a lot and people being able to come on.
I could not click the link that you sent.
Uh-huh.
I could not click the link that you sent and go in. It was giving me a Google error, but I went into my app and accepted your call.
Well, let me see. I'm going to ask her if she downloaded the app.
Because if she opens that app using her Gmail account, if she opens that app and you've invited her, that call's going to be right there, and all she's got to do is accept it.
Right.
And that's what I did. But I still had the app on my phone from October, so.
I'm going to tell Lisa said to open the app and accept the call. There.
Yeah.
All righty. So the women's retreat, you're going to be going to that as well.
Yes.
Lots of people are excited about that.
I'm super excited. I can't wait to be with everybody and get some answers or pick information. I can't wait. I mean, it's going to be super exciting.
She said no one's answering the call.
They don't.
It doesn't ring. You join it.
Yeah. Did she use the Gmail account that you sent her the invite to? Does she have to?
I didn't send her an invite to a Gmail account.
What? But when she, wonder how I did mine. I don't know. I mean, it was just the call was there. I opened Google Hangouts and it said join call.
I sent it to a different address.
Maybe that's why. Maybe it has to be a Gmail account.
It does have to be a Gmail account.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I've never used Google Hangouts until you, so I don't know.
So I just lost my train of thought. Apparently I can't multitask at 9:54 at night. So we've talked about expectations. Talked a little bit about the new chapter, a little bit about the women's retreat, your experiences. We do have a lot of stuff coming up this year. We are going back to Thornhaven for National Ghost Hunting Day.
Woohoo!
We have a private investigation at Randolph County Asylum. We got the Bel Air House, which is one of the most sought after places to go. Working on a few more. And I mentioned the NADP investigation. That will be over in the Halloween season. That'll be our big event. I set up Blackford County Jail for your Halloween event. I wanted to do the Monroe House. We talked about doing the Monroe House and rotating between the jail, the Monroe House, and the Speakeasy. And it looks like the Monroe House will be closed that weekend.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it'll rotate between the two of them. They said if they decide to open, they'll let me know.
Okay.
And like I said, I'm already planning 2020. I tentatively have the location for the women's retreat and the men's event I'm having that I'm adding to everything for 2020. I'd like to hit Illinois in 2020 and maybe Missouri. Looking forward to going out to Pennsylvania, and I'd like to hit St. Albans in Virginia as well, in a couple places, Kentucky and Tennessee and down that way. I got a really good lead from a guy today, and I thank him for it. He said, you guys need to come check this out. It's an old funeral home down in Mississippi. And lots of places down in New Orleans and in the area. My friend Ken lives down there, and I'm sure he would gladly take us out and about and visit some haunted locations. He has his own team down there as well. Are you still with me?
I am.
Okay.
Yep.
You were quiet.
I'm listening to you.
I don't hear dogs or anything.
They're being very well. They're being very behaved, actually.
Okay, I just sent Lisa the invitation to her Gmail account.
And I just got the notification that you did that.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I know.
That's crazy. I didn't know it did that.
Learning
something new every day.
Yeah. That's the first time I've seen it come up and tell me that, but I did get the notification that you sent it to her.
Huh.
Yep.
Well, would you like to add anything? See if we can get her on here real quick.
Just come join us at Thornhaven for sure. Is going to be an amazing experience again. I'm looking very, very forward to it. Sorry, my daughter called through and it was coming up.
Fine. Yeah, we're going to have Thornhaven Friday and Saturday, September 27th and 28th. We have already started selling tickets for it. I just sold some this week. So tickets are already going.
Yeah, I've got to get my tickets, by the way. Now, I know Stacy and Teresa are wanting to come again this year to Thornhaven. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. Does she see you? Mm.
Did you get her on?
She said she's on, but how do I see you? I don't see her in the chat.
Okay. Did you get her on? Is she on?
No.
Huh. Odd.
Oh, I'd like to go to Hell's Bar Dam next year too.
Where's that?
Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And we could swing by Gatlinburg and check out the Titanic Museum.
Gatlinburg is my favorite, so I'm game because I love Gatlinburg.
I wonder how far it is from Gatlinburg.
I don't know.
We'll have to Google map that bad boy.
Yeah.
Well, do you have anything else for the night?
I don't, unless anybody has any questions. I mean, feel free to ask.
I can't even. It won't even let me load the chat tonight.
Oh, well, it's been a little weird.
Thing. It's just, I think it's the weather.
I do
We'll
too.
blame the weather.
Yeah.
She says it says she's in.
She's not in.
No, I don't see her.
I don't see her either. I don't know. Maybe she needs to leave and come back. Like, go out of the app. Go completely out of the app. And then come back and open the app back up.
But, well, if you don't have anything else, I don't either.
Okay.
I'm home alone this evening, and it's kind of quiet in here. It's making me sleepy.
Well, go get you some rest.
Kids don't have any school tomorrow, and Ariana spent the night at her friend's and didn't want to get the little guy out in this weather and take him out in the morning, so he spent the night with his Graham.
Aren't Grams the best?
He loves his Grahams.
I'm a Nana. I'm a Nana. Or nannies.
My grandma was a nan too.
Yep.
He says my Gwammy.
Aw.
You were so talking about Sasquatch, and I made a note here before I get done. I was like, oh, note. So have you heard about the little 3-year-old boy in North Carolina that was kidnapped by a bear? Not kidnapped.
That is not a bear. That is
Thank
not a bear.
you. No, it's a squirrel. Yeah. Yeah. So give me your opinion on that.
I think it was, I'm with you. I think it was a Sasquatch. I really do. Because there's no, for one, bears are predators. Yep. They aren't cuddlers. They aren't going to cuddle you. Get off of her, Bentley. Sorry, hang on a minute. Had to smack my dog's butt. Sorry.
Now he's wounded.
Yeah. Now he weighs 80 pounds and he thinks he's a lap dog, and he wants to sit on my little 20-pound dog, and he breaks her back. So I have to constantly get at him to get off of her. I know, Caitlin. I'm sorry. But I don't think it was a bear. I don't. From everything in me, it's telling me there is no way in HELL that was a bear. It just wasn't. A bear's going to kill him. They're going to eat him.
Yep.
Period.
I agree.
So that's my opinion.
One of the...
I think it was an Indian Sasquatch that was watching over that little boy.
I think it was too. I commented about that. I was one of the first people to comment. It was a post on a science page on Facebook, and I said it wasn't a bear. So these guys thought they were hot shit to be on. All I said was these guys, and you're like, oh Lord. So these guys started mocking me. I told the one he was a jackass.
Men.
I'm trying to find it where it was posted at. Let's see. One of the NADP guys asked opinions on it. He doesn't seem to think it's a bear either. He said he'd be curious to know what this bear looked like.
Yeah, I don't think it was a bear. I
really don't. A bear's not going to protect you and keep you warm. It's going to try to eat you, and you're going to be scratched. And bears don't have hands. They have claws.
And again, they're not going to let him go.
Right.
You know, if they think it's his, if they have yes, they have. If it was a female bear, yes, she's going to have motherly instincts, but she's not going to let him go. That's going to be her cub.
Yep.
She's not going to let him go.
I agree.
Oh.
I don't think he would have came out alive.
I don't think he would have walked out alive either. I just don't. Not without any scratches on him, any harm at all. I The only thing is, I think it was either Sasquatch or somebody's fooling somebody, because it just doesn't happen that way. It just doesn't. I mean, for instance, there was a couple in Tennessee that a black bear, they were walking out of the cabin. They had a 4-year-old or 5-year-old that ran, and the bear took them and took off with them and killed him right in front of them.
Yeah, see?
And they just don't do that. They don't cuddle. They don't have the cuddle instincts. They have survival. They're there to survive. So I don't believe that.
I'm in and can see you, but can't hear you guys or talk. It says I'm in the call.
She's on the wrong one. There's 3 of them up there. Well, did you invite her to the one in October?
Well, I just resent the link for this one.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
I don't either.
But I just think that people tend to think we're crazy when we're talking about the paranormal. And they just, like I said, people just need to have an open mind, because they do exist and it does happen, and they are very present. They're with us every day.
I agree.
You know?
And you know, can you sense them around you since you had your encounter?
Oh, yeah. Most definitely. For instance, Darren and I were at a concert in an old venue downtown Indianapolis. And I kept telling him, I see something. I see them back here. It was, my nephew plays in a band, and we were there because they're on tour, and we went to listen to them. And I kept, and it's like I said, this building is old. And and they had Halloween in there. Like they'd done like an old haunted house in there, because they still had some decorations up and stuff, but there was no rafters, like no ceiling and things, but I could feel, and I kept saying, look, and I caught, like, Luke was drumming, and I caught the orb right around Luke. I kept saying, there's right there. Do you guys see this? And they're all thinking I'm crazy. But I caught it on film. I mean, I caught a picture of it. I'm like, you guys, I wasn't crazy. Right here is where I'm talking about. Do you see this? And they're like, oh my gosh, you really did. You know? So yes, I can definitely, when I walk into a room, I can feel or sense that there's somebody else with me.
Well, what about Sasquatch now that you've seen them?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. They're easier to spot. I mean, they're very rare, like I said. But yes, they do come to me more, I think, now that I have seen them. And that's why I'm so excited to go back to Thornhaven, because I'm hoping, now that I've actually seen what I seen there last September, I'm hoping that since he's let me see him or her or it, whatever, that Barb and I will be able to revisit that and actually maybe catch it on film or
I'm going to follow you guys with the night vision camera.
Well, I want that. I would love that. But I'm hoping that since they know that he knows that he's already revealed his stuff to us, then maybe he'll do it again, is my hopes. I'm hoping it's not as cold as it was last time. So, because I mean, on that side of the house anyway, it's already 15 to 20 degrees colder. So I'm hoping and creepier. Yeah. So I'm hoping it's not nearly as cold as it was last year, so I can stand out there a little bit longer. But I promise I won't invite him out of the woods.
Yeah, Barb Wyatt.
Well, we did it. I mean, we were trying to get him to follow us. We didn't want him to follow us to the house. We just wanted to see him. We wanted to see him.
Followed you to the house. Megan's fine.
I know.
Barb Wyatt. Justin Williams is this guy's name. He wanted his 15 minutes of fame, so here we go.
Okay.
It was on Science Nature page. They had commented about the Sasquatch or the kid, and I had posted, "It's not a bear," and he started trying to be cute. And I told him, I asked this other guy, I said, "Are you going to mock me or listen to my opinion?" And that Justin Williams guy decided he was going to mock me. I said, "Well, mocking it is, jackass." And, I really can't stand guys like him.
I know.
I honestly can't. They think they know everything. They're closed mind. They have a closed mind. So here's his 15 seconds of fame. Justin Williams. That's his name.
That's why I say, you've got to come in with an open mind. You can't come in thinking closed-minded, because you're not going to see anything. You're not going to hear anything. You're not going to get anything, because they don't come to you if you come in with a closed mind. They don't. You have to go in with an open mind, believing that you're going to talk to them. And the first thing that I realized, people are into watching ghost adventures and Ghost Brothers and blah, blah, blah. Those guys are jackasses. I'm sorry, but they are. The one thing you don't do is run from them. You don't run from them. And they do it all the time. It's like you're telling people it's okay, and it's not okay. They're giving the wrong sense of investigation. They're putting the wrong information out by showing these shows. I'm sorry, but they are. That's my opinion. I mean, I know opinions are like buttholes. Everybody's got one, but that's my opinion.
Well, and people think when you investigate that it's not hours of sitting there just about ready to fall asleep waiting for something to happen. They think it's nonstop action because of the shows. But they have to consider, how many hours do they go through those shows and edit and cut out the exciting parts?
I'm sure. Tons of it. Because it's not all exciting. You might go into a house and sit there for 24 hours and not have zero activity. Or you can go in and sit there for 24 hours and be a nonstop activity house. It just depends. It depends on the night. It depends on the weather. It depends on the atmosphere, how you go in. I mean, it depends on it all.
If they feel like communicating that night.
Yeah. Yep.
So, but.
For sure. But yeah, I just want to get that out there, that you just don't run from them. I mean, where are you going to run? Who are you going to hide from? I mean, come on, people. You don't run from them. So what you see on Ghost Adventures is bogus. Zach runs from everything and gets super excited. Yeah. I mean, gets super excited over stupid stuff. I like watching it, but it drives me crazy. It's like, oh gosh. The first thing you want to do also when you go into a house that there's activity is let them know, hey, I'm not here to harm you. I'm not here to harm you, because they are protective over that's their territory we're walking into. That's their property.
And it goes back to this for me goes back to when you say that to Thornhaven. Is when I was being followed that night. He said he was protecting me.
Yes.
I still don't know what he's protecting me from.
I think there was something in there that didn't want you there, Jen.
Do you?
I do. Because he did follow you everywhere.
Yeah, he did.
And so I think something was there that didn't want you there.
Well, Barb told me later on that she has a friend that went there, and two names came up in their conversation. Jacobs and Sloan.
Oh.
And Barb and I happened to be chatting one day, and she was talking about her husband's family's from Kentucky, and I was like, yeah, my grandparents are from Kentucky, and I was like, yeah, and I said, I think her husband's from around the same area my grandparents are. And I told her, I said, well, shoot. I said, we may be related after all. I said, my grandma was a Sloan. And she goes, wait a minute. And then she told me the psychic that had went with her had told her she was getting the name Sloan and Jacobs at Thornhaven. She goes, I think you're connected to that property somehow. I was
Okay.
like,
Okay, there's a lot of Jacobs from Newcastle.
but and I told her, I said, well, I don't know. I said, but that would make sense why he wanted to protect me that night. Either I remind him of someone.
Or you related to him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, we're going to have to dig into this. Now,
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting, though?
Very, very. And yes, I would definitely like to get more information because there is a lot. And you could possibly be, I mean, there may have even been Jacobs that rented that house at one point.
Yeah. I don't know.
We may have to do some digging.
And she tends to think it was Frank that followed me around that night.
I think it was Frank. Is Frank's the one that drags his foot, right?
I don't remember. I know he was a black guy.
Yeah. I think he drags his foot. And I think that's the one that I kept hearing following you too.
Well, I don't know if I told you this part. A couple nights after we came back from being down there, he didn't come home with me. I do know that. He didn't come home with me, but he does visit and check on me.
Really?
Yes. I don't think I told you this part, but I sure told Barb. So we went on a Saturday, came home on Sunday. That Monday night, I looked out my bedroom door and there was a man standing out there. He just standing there, looked in on me and disappeared 2 nights in a row.
Well, that just gave me chills because that's definitely probably him.
I was like, he didn't follow me, but he's still protecting me.
I wonder what he's protecting you from or who he's protecting you from.
That's why it makes me think maybe I remind him of someone or somehow I'm related somehow.
Mm-hmm. That'd be interesting to dig into for sure.
Yeah, because if I remind him of someone, it would make sense why he protects me.
And why he definitely didn't give you any rest that night.
No kidding, Cuddlebutt.
Right? I mean, and then he playing with my hair. Remember that? I mean, I'm sitting on the couch and it's like, okay, did you just touch my hair? They're like, nope.
Well, when we were upstairs, I had walked from the bedroom into the room that was the landing.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how you can tell your kids are right behind you and you turn around and tell them to back off? That happened to me and I yelled at him. I was like, look, you need to give me room. You need to back up. But it felt like he was right there on me, like one of my kids. And you could tell that you could feel the energy back up. I said, you can follow me and go with me. Just don't give me space. So it was an interesting night.
It was a very interesting night. Oh, Lord.
But I knew there was Sasquatch there. I don't know how I knew. And I kept sitting here going, okay, this is prime Sasquatch country out here. And I knew there was. And then you told me there was something behind me. You're like, there's a big black shadow behind you. I was like, oh,
yep.
Okay. I didn't get freaked out or anything.
No, you didn't even move.
I was like, all right.
Yeah.
And then soon after that, within a matter of just maybe a minute and a half, I heard something run from my right down, how it curves around at the end of the woods. I heard it run from where you enter the area down to the end. Heavy footsteps running, and I think I was the only one that heard it. So.
Yeah, I didn't hear him. I seen him, but I didn't hear him. The only thing I heard was my little friend, and we definitely heard him.
What noise did you hear from him?
You could hear the creaking of the limbs as he was walking, and then the growl. I mean, the growl.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the growl got me. I mean, that growl will forever be.
When you say growl, did it sound like, okay, this is going to sound weird when I say it, so bear with me. Did it remind you of how the predator sounds? Like a chirpy growl?
Oh no.
Okay. Because we heard like a growl that kind of sounded like chatter, but growling at the same time, like the predator in the movies. This was a growl.
This was the deepest, most vicious growl. Like literally, and pardon my French, it's after 9:00. Like get the fuck off my property growl. Like you're stepping on my territory, get out, back it up now. I mean, that's the way. It wasn't a growl from like a dog. It was more intense, deeper. You know, I've heard dogs growl, I've heard wolves growl, I've heard lions growl. This growl would forever scare you. I mean, it's a growl you don't want to hear. It's a growl like, I mean business, so move. Because the minute we walked in and we got, like I said, you know, we got I was 10, 12 feet in and she was about 15 feet in. You know, the minute we got that far deep into the woods looking, because of the eyes that we seen, we were just trying to see if there was reflectors down there. Yeah. Because there was no way that those eyes were real. They just couldn't be. And so we were going down to investigate that. And the minute we got that deep in, he was like, no, get out. Get out. I mean, he could have literally said, get out, and it wouldn't have been as terrifying as hearing that growl.
I would like for you and her to try to draw a picture of what you saw.
Oh my. Okay. I'll never forget it. I mean,
because it wasn't very tall, was it?
It wasn't, but then it shrunk down. I mean, it was tall at first, and then once we got in, it like went down on all fours, almost like a big bear.
Yeah.
But not big like a bear. But I mean, it got on all fours, and then it shifted again, and it was like, holy cow, go get. And then the smell. I mean, the smell was, oh my gosh.
What color was the eye shine?
Yellow. As bright yellow as you could possibly get and not be yellow. I mean, it was yellow. The eyes were yellow.
Were the eyes round, slanted?
They were, oh my gosh, let me think. Let me close my eyes and think. Because if I close my eyes, I can picture him. They were oval. They weren't round, and they weren't slanted. And they weren't like a dog's eyes. You know how if you take a picture of a dog, sometimes you get that big bright glare from them.
Yeah.
Okay, picture that only being incredibly yellow. I mean, just the brightest yellow you can possibly get. I've never, a pledge bottle. I'm sitting here looking at a pledge bottle, and the top of it's yellow, but it's still not a bright enough yellow. I mean, the yellow was super intense.
Could you see it blink?
No.
No.
So
did its eyes ever not glow? Like, could it turn it on and off?
Yes, because we could hear it, and I didn't see the eyes. We didn't see the eyes at first, but we could hear it and see the tallness of it. But when it shrunk down, the eyes were intense. I mean, they were intense.
Okay. I'm just trying to.
I know I don't know. I mean, I'm still, I don't know. I mean, I want to say, he was, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what he was, but I want to go and find out again. He's something that, like I said, will forever be in my brain. I will never get that image out. I won't. And the creepiness and just the numbness. I mean, we literally could not move.
Yeah, I remember that.
Mm-hmm. We couldn't move for a good 15 minutes. I mean, if there was something that was going to attack us, it had prime time right there because we couldn't move. There was no moving us. There was no, I mean, I couldn't stop throwing up. She couldn't stop throwing up. And we couldn't stop giggling because we were throwing up through our nose that we were laughing about it. So, and then the smell. I mean, if you've ever smelled sulfur and death, that's the smell that we got. And it was awful. It was awful.
Well, that next morning we had heard a beeping noise back there.
It wouldn't surprise
me. And it followed us. It was just odd.
It is. And like I said, I want to set up. I have 7 cameras, and a night vision video camera. I want to set them up, and I want to do it whenever I'm hoping it's not so cold that it drains the batteries, or they drain the batteries so dang quick that we can actually get some footage on him
I was thinking a trail cam.
Something. We need to do something because there is something evil in there. There is. And I think if you step on that property again and we go into those woods again, I don't know that he would let us go out. I think he's already warned us, and I don't think he'd let us come back out.
Yeah, I know Megan saw the eye shine too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, it was incredible. I mean, it's something that unless you've seen it and done it, it's hard to explain to somebody that doesn't believe because they think I'm crazy. They think I'm crazy. But I don't know.
It was a hell of an adventure, I can tell you that.
It was. It was a great night. It was a great night. For us having such a big team that night, it was a great night.
Yeah, it was. So. But like I said, we got plenty of tickets left, and we've already started selling, so.
Awesome. Well, I know Teresa, Stacy, and Darren and I will be there, so.
All righty.
And I think Chase is coming because he turns 18. He turned 18, so I think he's coming this year.
Okay.
Super excited about it, so.
Well, we have tickets that are Friday night, Saturday night, and a combo pack that you can get too.
Okay.
For both nights. Barb and I will be there both nights.
I'll be there both nights.
So.
I definitely will be there both nights because we're going to get some footage.
I don't know how many people will come that Friday, but I know time flies when you're in that house too.
It does. It definitely does. I think I ended up taking one of them home like at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and then it was like, okay, we're done then. But yeah, it definitely flies.
Yeah, it does. Well, it was like 6 o'clock before we knew it.
Oh, I know. Get down.
It was crazy. It was enjoyable.
It was. It was very, 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 very fun.
Some people are like, what in the hell is wrong with them? They say this is enjoyable. She threw up and she smelled dead bodies and sulfur, and she was followed around and something didn't want her there, and then her butt got cuddled, and the hell are wrong with these women?
I know, right?
It's fun times. Come on now. We enjoy it.
And once somebody gets it in their system, they don't want to get it out, believe me.
Hey, my son's dad is always like, you're searching for something. What are you searching for? I'm like, I don't know. It's fun.
Yep. Whatever will find us is what we're searching for.
I'm like, I don't know. He thinks I'm searching for something. He thinks I'm searching for my grandma.
Aw.
But I really honestly, you know how some people will say, oh, I do this to get evidence and I know exactly what I'm looking for. I can't answer that question. I enjoy it and I know I want to share it with people. Whether you're been into it for years or whether you're just starting out or have a curiosity and are on the fence about it. But
I just had a great comment made to me. Somebody that's listening said, the bear thing, they're still in hibernation. They don't do anything. It's either something supernatural or made up because he's 3 years old and, bears attack.
Yep.
So if he's telling the truth, it wasn't a bear is what I was just told.
Yep.
Yeah.
It wasn't a bear. I know it wasn't a bear.
No, it wasn't a bear.
Well, I hope Justin enjoyed his 15 minutes of fame for being a jackass. So.
Wow. Oh, Lord. That's all I can say. But I'm in agreement with you. It was not a bear. No way.
There's no way it could have been a bear. Nope.
No.
Well, it looks like we have a whole 3 viewers. One is myself, and I think the other one's Lisa, and then probably your friend.
Probably.
So, all right, it's 10:32.
Yep.
I need to go watch my back of my eyelids because it's going to be a cold morning. Oh my God.
It's not here, so I'm not going to rub it in. I'm alone. It's only going to be like wind chills -1 tomorrow. So I'm going to leave you alone and let you stay in your -50. Okay.
Let's see. Oh, it's -38 now.
Okay. Well, you can stay in your -38 and I'll stay down here in my 6 degrees. Okay.
Yep. That's ridiculous. It's -13 and the wind chill is -38.
Okay. Well, you can keep it.
And here's a good one for you. I left work. It was -11. I got to my mom's and it was -16.
Ugh. Yuck.
Fun times.
Y'all can keep it up north. We don't want it down south. I'm just saying.
I don't want it here either.
Well, y'all can keep it because I don't want it. I want the 70 that's going to be here Monday. That's what I want.
Well, you can send some my way as well.
Okay. We'll send it up that way.
All right. Well, you have a good night.
You
and
too.
Maybe Lisa can come on here in a couple weeks and we can talk to her once we get it working.
Okay. Just let me know.
All righty. Well, have a good night. Thanks for coming on.
Absolutely.
So try to enjoy your 70-degree weather.
Oh, I definitely will Monday. But then I'll probably end up with pneumonia because it's, been so cold and then I'm going to get out in short sleeves and I'll end up sick. So, that'll be my luck.
Then I can laugh at you.
Yeah, haha.
You'll be like, ha, 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 see what happens? Karma. Oh.
Right.
All right. Well, have a good night.
You too.
All right. Thanks.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. All right, everybody. That's the end of this show. Next week, I'll have a return guest. One of my favorite investigators. He's always fun to talk to. He always has to go to bed early to get up for work at 4 in the morning. So we'll probably start around 8 next week. It will be Al Santoriga. He does have an exciting story for everyone. He wanted to tell on the last show that him and Brian were on, but we didn't get a chance and he had to go to bed. And as I said, he has to get up at 4. But Al will be on next Wednesday, probably at 8 o'clock. I look forward to speaking to Al. One of my favorite people. He's always fun to talk to, always has great stories. So stay tuned next week and see what exciting stuff he has to tell us and what his plans are for 2019. You guys stay warm. I know I am, and have a good night.